Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss Charlie's Angels. Not the TV movie, but the 2000 movie starring Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, Bill Murray, Sam Rockwell, Tim Curry, and Kelly Lynch, and directed by McG, the director of Terminator Salvation. Now, I remember going to see this in movie theaters, and I was a little uncomfortable at times, but what do I think of it then? Let's get into it. We start the movie off with an airplane following LL Cool J, which, what is he doing here? But we follow him to confront a terrorist with a bomb, which, how in the hell can he go through the airport security with the bomb strapped on your chest? It makes no sense. LL Cool J gets the terrorist out of the plane to catch up with Natalie Cook, played by Cameron Diaz, and Alex Monday, played by Lucy Liu. And who's LL Cool J? Dylan Saunders, played by Drew Barrymore. And they're lady spies working for Charlie Townsend as he narrates their early lives, and we go back to Dylan having a little Chad with Chad, played by Tom Green. Remember him from Freddy Got Fingered in 2000? Or maybe 2001, whatever the hell that was, which I've never seen to this day. Natalie dreams of being a dancer, and Alex is dating an actor as she helps him study for his lines. And I don't mind the opening, but there's problems, like Tom Green being here and the introduction of these characters. They work with Bosley, played by Bill Murray, who really hates Lucy Liu in real life for reasons I'd rather not get into, to be honest. Charlie calls the Angels as he gives them an assignment to find Eric Knox, played by Sam Rockwell, and Vivian Ward, played by Kelly Lynch, and start with Roger Corwin, played by Tim Curry, and he gets the schedule to go to a party with Bosley, and Natalie flirts with Pete, played by Luke Wilson, while at the party as they find a thin man played by Crispin Glover and fight him until they get Knox out of captive. And while I'm liking all this and the action is working, but not the wire food, but I'm having a fun time. And Crispin Glover is just great anyways. He's great when he's on body language and such. We get to Natalie and Dylan disguising themselves while Alex Steele dressed as a corporate lady, and we see Melissa McCarthy briefly in this scene as they get to Corwin or Knox's machine. I think it's Knox's now I think about it. And hack into the cameras, and they talk to Vivian, and Knox. And I do like the scene. I just wish Melissa McCarthy wasn't in that scene, but this was before she was ever famous. Dylan gets to Knox's place. Natalie goes on a date with Pete while dancing on stage and to Baby Got Back, and Alex is making dinner for Jason, the actor, and suddenly Alex's trailer gets shot up to hell. Natalie gets attacked, the thin man kills Roger in a sauna, and Dylan is Knox's place, and she's encountered as Knox with Vivian, who captures Bosley and the thin man as they shoot Dylan out the window, and she's all nude and gets some help from a couple of perverted boys to give one of their mother's clothes, and an explosion occurs which felt very Michael Bay at its worst. And as for the whole sequence, it's fun, funny, but not as action-packed like a bad Michael Bay film like Transformers, for example. And they trap Bosley in a cell, and the Angels find him at an island by a bird, which makes no sense. And they go there at the Chad's boat and go to action, freeing Bosley, stopping the missile that will kill Charlie because of Knox having a grudge against him, and stopping Knox and killing him and his goons off. This is what Dylan does. And they have a final action fight where Natalie fights with Vivian, Alex fights the thin man, and Dylan fights Knox and his goons. And when Dylan fights Knox's henchman, she says, I love this line, this is hysterical. And that's kicking your ass was a bad one-liner that it was funny. And they end the fight by killing Knox on the helicopter by his own missile, and the Angels almost meet Charlie in person, but he left Natalie, Dylan, Alex, and Bosley have a drink, and Dylan sees them but doesn't tell anyone, and it ends on the beach. And the climax was fine. I was fine with. I will admit, I was just okay with it. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 6.0 out of 10. This movie is fun at best. It kept me very entertained, but I wouldn't watch this again. I do like Diaz, Barrymore, and Lou as a trio for the action in this movie, as they're fun together, and this is a fun time. I would maybe give this one try, maybe. But I would like to thank you guys for joining me, and next week I will be back with Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. And until next time, good night, Angels.